Welcome, Inside Harmony Rucker League fans, to episode 9 of the podcast. I am Walker Ward alongside my co-host Mason Howard, and I think before we just get started, we'd like to apologize to our viewers for our lack of content, for our lack of podcast in the last 2 weeks. Life has been busy. Things have gotten insanely out of control, but we're here, headed into the last week of Rucker Ball, last regular season, and it is full steam ahead from here on out. So we apologize to our viewers. We're back, we're better, and we're going to get this thing started right here. Talking about what's going to happen when this drops today on Sunday
morning.
This is going to drop, and later today, we're going to have the final round of Rucker regular season.
A lot of implications.
Crazy that it's already here.
I cannot believe it. I feel like we just started doing this podcast, just started the regular season, and now it's week 10, and before we know, we're going to be doing playing games and playoffs. It's gone so fast.
And so here we are, end of the season. You're talking about playing games, right? There's already one team that's secured their spot, that they're in the play-in tournament.
Congratulations to the Gators.
Shout out Gators.
Shout out Gators.
Before we jump on from that, I was out of the loop last week. We didn't get a post up about John Prestiman. John Prestiman broke his finger hooping on a mini hoop is what I'm told.
Yes, that's what I heard too. And I suppose we should have gotten a post up. But he kept that very under wraps. Him and his camp let nobody – well, at least they didn't let us know about it. Because I got to the Rucker and I saw he had a splint on and I had to go talk to him about it. Clearly, you didn't know either. So
no idea.
That was not great at doing our investigative job. And then our outside investigators as well. You know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
In the future, if you can be on that as well and let us know, we'd appreciate it.
Get on it, Tannen. But so – let's talk about let's continue with the Gators, because obviously for those that a lot of people know, I wasn't there this last week. I had a prior commitment that just kind of interfered with Rucker, so I missed like my first week of Rucker in 3 years. I think. How did this? Because I did stop by for a little bit, and I saw John with the splint on, standing on the sidelines. How much did you happen to notice? Like, how much did he play? How much did it affect him? It's on his right hand.
It's on his right hand.
On his shooting hand.
He came into the game. I heard in previous games, we played him this week. So I heard in previous games he had been shooting threes lefty, and he was just passing the ball around a lot. And then when he played us, he didn't start. He came in the game when it was already kind of gained to wraps. He passed the ball around, then he subbed out. So really was a non-factor playing without his right hand. I told him, hey, just Larry Bird it, but he has his drill packages. He likes to get to that jump shot, and he just couldn't do that. So the team's already struggling as much as it is. You take out their star player, and they still got to win somehow, but
they did.
They got to win. I don't know.
So here's my question, and I'm going to listen while I go grab water, but my question is having John Prestiman on the court hurting the Gators even more, or would you rather have a broken finger John Prestiman on the court with you? I'm listening. I'll be right around the corner grabbing water.
He has his earpiece in. He can hear me right now. I definitely would think that the broken finger John Prestiman hurts the Gators when he's on the court. I think that he should have been sitting out this week. I don't think he should have been risking injury. He did sit out quite a bit, but that finger takes away from almost his entire game right now, and it kind of limits him from then playing even defense. He can't go get rebounds because he can't risk that finger. So I think that, sad to say, they're better off when he's not on the court. I think that he should take this week off, and then you're already in the play-in. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to win. There's no way that you can get to the 7 or 8 seed. So you're going to be playing 2 games no matter what, most likely against the Knights. So there's no home court advantage around here. Just sit this one out and rest up, and hopefully you can go get whoever is sitting at the bottom with you.
So by the time he sees this, John, I hope you enjoyed your Saturday night. Take today off. I hope today is a well-deserved rest day.
I hope so too.
But you mentioned the Knights, right? Another
Yes.
team that's flirting, I guess, with that play-in tournament. But not only
Sorry. Did you see that Tor get a 31-point weekend this past weekend? 32-point weekend?
I heard it was one of those Torgy legacy weekends.
It was crazy. He did it against us. He had 4 threes. I was guarding him, and like I was in his face. Like if he would have went to the bathroom, I would have followed him there. That was the type of defense I was playing on him. He walks to the half court line. I'm like up in his grill, and he's like, "Take a picture. Somebody take a picture of this." And I'm thinking, I'm just glad he's not playing offense right now. He led the Knights to a 2-1 weekend, the most life they've had in a couple weeks here, without Rylan Ristow.
No Rylan?
No Rylan. They had a sub.
Okay.
It was Torrey Clayton and then a big dude. The big dude actually did help them out because they had more size than they normally would. But I'm sorry to cut you off there. For anybody forgot, because how could you forget?
How could you forget?
Torrey with a legacy weekend.
I'm sad that I missed it.
He's phenomenal. I couldn't believe what he was doing.
Love Torgy's knuckleball threes. He somehow makes it work. I don't know how he's able to get such a knuckleball on that.
It's
like the perfect release.
You can't block it because he puts the ball. It's like a Jokic. He puts the ball back here, and it's kind of quick. Like he catches it, he just throws it up there.
But so the Knights had a 2-1 weekend.
Yes, they did.
That's exciting. That's good. I mean, so that automatically puts, their record going into the final weekend is 10-17. Obviously, the next the Lions are at 12-15. They're tied with the Polars and Red Raiders. The Knights, if they can they get another 2-1 weekend this weekend?
They're going to need it.
So who do they play this weekend?
They play the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be tough. Jaden Brink coming off a Player of the Week performance. Mm-hmm. They play the Gators. Very winnable.
Without John Prestiman, potentially.
And then they play the Wolves for their last game. And I don't know if you remember, though, but last year, Zach Howard's team was at the top of the standings. And there was a team that needed to move up into a playoff spot, and that was the Lions. And the Polars last year, Zach Howard's team dropped the last game of the year to one of the lower ranked seeds. This happened last year. I think it could happen this year. I think the Knights could go steal one from the Wolves. They might be taking load management at that point.
And I can already hear Father Time. Ooh, you think we're gonna lose one? It would be something, but you say that, and the Wolves are hungry right now. This is jumping all the way to the top of the standings. But the Wolves, they can have a 3-0 weekend. The Black Panthers can have an 0-3 weekend. We've got a new number 1 seed.
Yes, we do. And should we jump to the top of the standings
Let's
now?
Let's just knock it off while it's right there.
Yeah. So the Wolves sitting at 18-9 with a plus 60 on their plus minus. There's no chance to catch the Black Panthers. They're plus 100. So they're going to need to outright.
Unless something crazy happens.
Something crazy would have to happen. So they need to be outright favorites. The Black Panthers have on their schedule the Hunters.
Tough.
Currently on an 10-game winning streak. They have the Red Raiders. Currently, I think also on a winning streak.
Maybe. They are red hot Red Raiders.
They're red hot Red Raiders. I don't know if they're on a winning streak, but they are playing well. And then they have the Polars, who it's do or die for the Polars at that point. That might be the last game of the night for you guys. You'll know.
Is Bryden going to show up? That's the biggest question.
Do you mean show up like be there or show up in the game? Or both?
Or both.
We'll see about that.
We're praying for you, Bryden. He's had sickness, 7-on-7, other commitments. We need him here.
You guys do.
Because without him, without Bryden, we're just not.
Could be one of the biggest what ifs of Rucker League history.
I think we can compete.
I think you guys too. I said that midway through the season. I said that I think the Polars are a contender with how you guys are playing at that point midway through the season.
Bryden's What was that one week when Bryden had like
I think it was like
3 steals or whatever?
I think it was like double digit stocks where he had like 3 and 3 like a game almost.
Just insane.
Yeah,
But
unreal.
so Black Panthers could potentially. They've been maybe figured out. Maybe there's been a lack of. I don't know what's kind of been going on, because basically, I don't know. I don't want to call it a curse. I don't want to call it Black Panthers top of the league, right? For all year. Nobody could figure them out. They only had one loss, and it came from Reed Olson
Game winner.
calling game.
And
right?
they were on track to set the new record, kill the new record in plus minus.
Okay. Then some stuff starts happening. And what did the Black Panthers do?
They made a trade.
Okay.
Oh, is that where we're going with
Yeah,
this?
yeah. No, that's exactly where I'm going. So now let's think about this. What team did they trade with?
The Red Raiders.
And where were the Red Raiders for like the first half of the season?
Like 9th place.
Bottom of the pack, right?
Bottom of the pack.
So we've got a bottom of the pack team, top of the pack team going through the season. All of a sudden they make a trade. Bottom of the pack team sends a player to the top of the pack team. Bottom of the pack team, all of a sudden, they're on the rise. Top of the pack team, what's happening?
It's shaking.
It's shaking. They're crumbling.
They are crumbling because obviously they were so insulated. They had so much cushion that even when they lose games, they were at the top. But
so now the question is Q-Trip a curse? Or is Jose a glue of the team? I mean, it's one of those something's happening.
It might be both.
Is it a little bit of both? I don't know. Just something that I was thinking about today about, Black Panthers, really good. All of a sudden they make a trade. What happens? They might get a little bit exposed. Red Raiders make a trade. All of a sudden they're on the up and up. I don't know.
They've lost like 6 games, and their plus minus is like even since the trade.
Even.
I think before the trade they were sitting around plus 100.
They weren't they when we did the I could go back and look,
GOAT
but I don't
team,
want to.
yeah.
The GOAT team. I'm pretty sure they were like right at almost to 100, and we're like, they will break it this week. So but we labeled it as a 90 or something.
Yeah, because they were on track to be like a plus 160 team.
I believe they were at 92. If I don't know, somebody can go double check me, but I don't know. Just something I wanted to throw in there for the viewers at home. You guys can speculate in the comments. Maybe we throw a post up on Instagram and let the people decide. We get some stats going about that.
We'll see, yeah.
But let's work down one. Well, we got the top, Black Panthers, currently 20-7. Second place, Wolves, 18-9, trying to get that top spot, right?
Wolves have the Red Raiders.
Okay.
They have
Red Hot Red Raiders.
They have the Red Raiders, the Polars, and the Knights. They need to go 3-0 to give themselves a chance, and if not, they're pretty locked in. That's
unfortunate. They won't get it, I guess.
You never know. They're pretty locked in that 2 seed. If they were to somehow go 0-3, though,
that's what I'm getting at. All of a sudden, we've got probably the hottest team in Rucker right now, your Hunters. The Greg Kennedy effect is in full effect right now.
Full force
right there. Greg Kennedy comes back.
Bless you.
Greg Kennedy also drops the 5th ever dunk in HRL history this last week, in which I wasn't able to see, but I saw a picture of it.
The picture was awesome. Shout out Jules Lidke.
Crazy. I mean, we went into this year with what? 2 dunks in history? 3 dunks.
3, because it was Gundo, Jace, and shout out Dawson Wilder.
Legendary pull, if anybody knows that trivia question. Even his dad didn't even know.
I mean, it's like, why is he the only other dunker in the league? How did he do that?
But we've had 2 this year.
Yeah, Colt and Greg.
Greg.
I've been waiting for Greg to do that, but We have our toughest weekend so last time we had this weekend, we went 3-0 during it. The first 2 weekends without Greg, when we had this stretch, we went 0-3 in those weekends. So we play the Black Panthers, the Storm, and the Lions with Quincy Berlin because Quincy Berlin's back for the week.
You know he's watching this 7 a.m.
I'm pretty sure he's sitting there. He's rolling.
Good morning, Quincy.
He's foam rolling. He has his Wheaties or something he's eating.
Okay, this is way off subject. What do you think? I want to know what Quincy Berlin's morning routine is. You think he's a coffee drinker? Does he think he's like a polar plunge type guy, go in the ice bath? Do you think he just rolls up and just
I think
scratches his butt? Oh yeah.
I think
I'm fucking amazing.
I don't think. Well, yeah. I think he has. He says that. I think that he, not a coffee drinker, does not need the stimulants. That guy has energy.
Yeah.
I think he's the type of guy that goes to bed wearing the clothes that he's already going to be wearing the next morning.
Yeah.
So like instead of like having it laid out, like he just goes to bed in his next day outfit to save him that time. So I think he has his Nikes on. I think he has his basketball shorts and like a tank top on, and like our alarm goes off. And it's not like it's eyes open,
Undertaker like style, just sits up,
covers off, and then it's like I think it's probably like straight just basketball podcast in the AirPods. Gotta learn about what's happening in the league. That's over around 9 a.m. Let's listen to some trainers talking. That's over at 11 a.m. Got to tune to the Pat McAfee show. That's over at 1 a.m. Now let's start replaying old IHRL podcasts. Keep learning. And like all while he's just running, dribbling a basketball while this is happening. I think that's his morning routine.
I love it. All right. In the comments, I want to know, give me a song that you think is like the theme song, like the soundtrack to Quincy Berlin's life. I want like a song of Quincy going through his whole morning routine, everything. What song is Quincy Berlin? Like, not necessarily the one he's listening to, just what song is what when you listen to it, you're like, this song just makes me think of Quincy. Leave it in the comments. Bring it up to us at Rucker later today. And I just want to hear it. I think about that sometimes. What songs do people think of, make them think of other people?
And even further than that, if we get a good song, I think I might be enticed to make a Quincy Berlin highlight reel to the song. So make it a good one, and we'll see if we make that highlight reel.
And we'll give you credit as the person that had the perfect song for Quincy Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
So Hunters, hot right now. You have a 3-0 weekend potentially. You've done it before. Not going to be easy.
Not going to be easy at all.
But hot on your tail. Right below you, hoping for you to slip up, the Storm. With Colt Landers, who, believe it or not, LB, is a shooter.
He's just a player. He just tell him he does something poorly, and he says, I'll hold my adult pop. Watch me.
Yeah.
And he's going to go do it. He is so good at basketball. His team has been stepping up around him. They have a tough weekend ahead of them, though.
They do.
They have Quincy Berlin's Lions. This will be the first time we also see Quincy Berlin and Grant Kennedy together. We'll talk about that when we get to Lions.
Can we get a Quincy Berlin counter for how many times we mention his name?
He's coming back. He's been gone.
He is back.
Weeks. He's been gone. But yeah, I'm sure everybody's probably getting sick of us mentioning him. And then so they do have the Lions, then they have the Hunters, and they have the Red Raiders.
Okay. It's a tough out. Red Raiders, I feel like they're hot right now, right? They're red hot. What is it about them? Are they shooting well? Obviously, they're shooting better, but is it having Jeremy out there to give them second chance opportunities?
Well, they had Jeremy at the beginning of the season too. Who's the one guy that's different on the team?
I would have to say it's nice to have like a 6'4", 280-pound oak tree, also known as the glue guy, Jose Buckets, former HRL champion. Shout out.
Jose Buckets, he brought that championship pedigree
He based.
to the Red Raiders.
I would honestly have
He's
to.
the vet
Yeah,
in the locker
yeah.
room.
He comes in and he's like, guys, like, you guys listen to me.
He's like,
bruv.
I know he walked in and goes, oh, Saibo, chill. Let me talk. That's exactly what he said.
And look at what he's done. He has brought this Red Raiders team from the bottom of the standings all the way up to right now they're sitting out of the play-in game.
Yeah.
We kind of jumped over, that was my bad, about talking about the Storm. One player that I feel like he's always been a hustle guy. And I think he maybe gets overlooked for his shooting and his hustle. He's talked about as a good player, but I think he's honestly stepped it up the last couple of weeks. Wilson Storhoff.
Yeah.
Does not get talked about enough.
Not nearly enough.
That is like, he is 100% from the time he is in to the time that 21st point is scored. It is 100% with Wilson. And I know the last time we played him, we were told, don't let Colt beat us. And we were like, all right, yep, we're not going to let Colt beat us. We were told, let Wilson shoot. Like, he can make a couple, but he's not going to make them all. No, he made them all.
He's a good shooter. He's a good shooter. Not every game, but I'd say a lot of games he makes some shots, some tough shots that just make you put your head in your hands. And you're like, no way that dude just hit a step back three over me. But like, he does it on a fairly consistent basis.
Yeah.
We have to respect it at least.
And but the thing is, if there is wind, his shot is so
high
high
arcing
that
moonball.
If there's no wind, watch out. Storm might make some noise.
But if there is one, on the flip side of that, okay, you want to shoot threes, go ahead. Colt Landers is going to go get a bucket every time. You kind of need 3-pointers to beat the Storm.
Oh, no, 100%.
They're probably, with the Black Panthers, the most efficient 1-point shooting team in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So, going from a 1-point shooting team to a 2-point shooting team, though. We got the Suns up next.
The Suns up next. Basically the team that sold their souls for the 2-point shot.
Yeah.
You've got Jay Brink, the lethal shooter. They make the craziest trade in one of the craziest trades to bring in Trey Matheson.
Yeah.
And then you also have Connor Danielson and
Caden Stetler,
the hustle guy, and Big E, who was absolutely unconscious 2 weeks ago in the
community center.
Community center.
Yes.
Absolutely. I can't remember how many he had. We should pull up the stat books.
I'm pretty sure he told me he had 4 threes in a game.
It might have been 5 or something. I don't know. But
4 threes adds up pretty quickly in
a
game.
And it was en route to the Suns just absolutely. I mean, I don't want to say dismantling the Wolves, but the Suns handling the Wolves. The Wolves had no answer to it.
Basically. When the fifth guy can come in and drill 4 threes, you're shooting pretty well. But they didn't need him this past week because Jaden Brink put up 45 freaking points.
Gets his player of the week.
We were waiting for it. We all have been waiting for it. We talked about it at the end of the season. We're like, where's Jaden Brink? He was like, I'm in Switzerland right now. Like, okay, we won't talk about you. We're talking about you again now.
Yeah. Jaden Brink is back. We do have to I do have some pregame rituals that Jay Brink does. Sometimes you almost got to look at him and wonder what's going on inside his head, because the guy is out there staring off 1,000,000 miles away, and he's vibing to the songs, he's getting stretched out, and it's something to watch. It's interesting because you just wonder, what is he thinking about? Making buckets. Obviously, this last weekend he was, but the Suns. So let's take this into. We've got the Suns, the Red Raiders. I mean, I kind of want to throw the Storm in this, even though because there's a 2-game difference. Let's throw the Storm, Suns, Red Raiders, Polars, and Lions are all right there. Basically, that's the 4 through the 8 seed.
Yeah.
Could get flipped around with a 2-1, a 1-2, 0-3, 3-0. Like, that whole middle pack right there could get flipped around more the Suns, Red Raiders, Polars, and Lions because they're all either tied with record or a game
Yeah.
within each other. So we've kind of talked about, we basically talked about all the teams other than, the Polars and the Lions right now. But let's talk about that middle pack.
Yes.
Of how the hunt, basically. What did Gundo call it? The in the hunt for the top 6 spot, right? You don't want to be in that play-in
You
tournament.
don't, because you have to play the play-in on the same day you play the first round.
So it's extra games, right?
Yes.
You're gonna get tired.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it'll be crazy to see what happens. Obviously this weekend going into it, you could throw the Knights in there, but it's very hard for them to get into that top 6 seed. So go to that polar. You have the schedules pulled up?
Yes, I do.
The Polars. Okay, let's go team from team. Let's start with the Polars.
Polars.
Read our schedule out.
Your Polars play the Gators
without John Pressman potentially.
Yes. So that's a possible one right there for you guys. You guys got the Wolves.
Tough. They're hungry.
And the Black Panthers.
That's tough. So I'm gonna say worst case scenario, Polars are coming out of this weekend 1-2.
Yeah.
We're in the playing game. Who do the Lions have?
The Lions. I'm gonna say it again with Quincy Berlin, because those are two different teams.
Oh, 100%.
On the weeks he's not there. Shout out Quincy Berlin. He was down in Texas. I said last week that he was drinking flood water to make sure it didn't get too high. That was a false claim. They have the Storm.
Tough.
The Suns.
Tough.
And the Hunters.
So.
And it's the first time they're playing all together.
Yeah. This one's crazy because
they could go 3-0 or 0-3. I truly believe either could happen. I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm gonna give them 1-2. I'm gonna say they go 1-2. They're in the play-in game.
So that's two 13-win teams then. Let's go Red Raiders.
Who do the Red Raiders play?
Red Raiders have the Wolves.
Yep. Hungry.
Black Panthers.
Need to keep that top spot.
And Storm.
Now, Red Raiders, red hot. The only thing when they play the Black Panthers is you've basically got Jeremy the hustle player, but with a big, hard Ethan Lane, right? And I think Jeremy would agree. Ethan Lane is a lot harder than him. Shout out Blue Chew. But then you've got to deal with the Wolves, who I think the Wolves are going to really come out this weekend on their A game. So all of a sudden they're 0-2. And then you bring in the Storm, right?
Uh-huh.
And you've got Parker and Will up top. Down low, you've got Colt Landers and Jeremy O'Connor. Little bit of a height matchup. I'm thinking Colt's going to drop just points on him. So all of a sudden you've got the Red Raiders maybe going 0-3.
Which makes them a 12-win team, which boosts either the Polars or the Lions into the 6th seed, dependent on the...
So then it goes... Well, then
let's plus minus.
So, okay, so then it comes down to the Suns.
Knights.
Uh-huh.
Lions.
With Quincy Berlin.
And Gators. I'm expecting a 2-1 weekend at least.
So I'm going to say the Suns are safe. They're going to get in that top 6 spot, right?
Yes.
I'm saying the Suns could lock up that 5 spot.
I think they're going to lock up the 5 spot.
So basically, we are talking about that 6 seed.
Yes.
That's obviously everybody, that's what we're talking about. But that 6 seed basically kind of comes down to the Polars, Lions, Red Raiders. Who are they going to get? All 3 of those teams have tough schedules. I wish we were doing a little bit more homework. We could have looked at how things have gone in the past. But I would also have to say Lions without Quincy Berlin is a different story. Polars without Brian Ball is a different story. Red Raiders, can they sneak one out? They have the toughest schedule, I would say, though.
100%.
They literally play the top 3 teams.
100%, yes. Yes, they do.
how do you see, I guess,
Going
based on your power rankings, right? What do
back to
you
my power rankings, whatever those, I can't even remember. I just remember ranking the Hunters too, and Black Panthers won. I think the Red Raiders are going to fall into the play-in.
Mhm.
I think the Lions are going to get the 6th seed.
You
That's
think
what I
the
think.
Lions are going to get the 6th seed?
I think that the Lions are going to get the 6th seed. I think your Polars will be the 7. I think it's going to go Black Panthers, Wolves, Hunters, Storms, Suns, Lions, Polars, Red Raiders, Knights, and Gators. Yeah, I will say this, though. Looking at how this playoffs is going to shake out, all the teams are so good. Like, even as the 3 seed, I'm looking at who I'm going to play for the 6th. Well, current 3 seed, possible 6 seed. It's like, oh my gosh, those are good players. Like, that's a good team right there. That's going to be tough to beat in a 3-game series.
And like I said, I mean, for us, it's really going to come down to, are we going to have Bryden Ball or not? I'm pretty sure he's going to be there this weekend, but it's just something to keep in mind that, without your first round pick, any team without their first round pick is obviously a completely different team. But
100%.
and then I don't even know. I'm like, my mind is racing thinking about all the possible scenarios that could come from this. I mean, could have the Black Panthers sitting in the first position all year. They dropped to number 2.
Oh my
Whatever.
gosh.
You have the Storm, who for a while there were, they've always been a middle of the pack team. They could lock up the 3 seed. But all of a sudden your Hunters, who come from the bottom, jump all the way back up. You guys can claim that 3 seed. And then you've got your Knights and Gators fighting for that, basically I'm going to say they're in the play-in tournament, locked up for sure.
Gators are definitely for sure. Knights have a chance, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think even if Torgi has the greatest weekend of his life, I don't see them getting more than 2 wins, and that 12 wins is going to keep you in the play-in. So I could see the Knights being a dark horse to get out of the play-in, though. I could see them making the actual playoffs.
That would be a bold take.
Even more than that, if they get the 8 seed, I could see them winning a game against the Black Panthers and then possibly taking them. If they take them to 3,
imagine
the Black Panthers go down first round. Oh, LB would be so mad.
LB would be irate, but it would be hilarious because LB has single-handedly made the Black Panthers like hated, but also loved. Well, not loved, but hated. But all their players are likable, is what I'm getting at.
Yes, man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for later today. Right now. I'm at home, stretching out. I have my theme music in, pretending I'm Quincy Berlin. I'm watching Quincy Berlin high school highlights right now to get ready for the game later today. I'm not going to put a Quincy Berlin name counter on the screen, so that's going to take too much time.
It's going to take too much time.
But I'm sorry for dropping his name so many times.
And to think. All right, let's end this on one thing that I want to hear from you.
Okay.
Would the Hunters be in the same position?
Oh, I know where you're going with this, because I just saw what
Big Boy wouldn't have gone down and you guys didn't add Jordan Peterson.
I will say Jordan was a phenomenal ad. I don't think he was out of the realm of a 3rd round pick in the slightest. I've never played with Big Boy. I only had the 2 games with him just to kind of get a little bit of what he was doing. The thing about Big Boy was that he was much wider and solid than Jordan is. He would have been a bruiser to help out with Colt Landers. He was a great rebounder. He had some nice touch around the rim. Jordan doesn't have that, but he does have the perimeter defense and a little more of that quickness. I don't know what Jordan's stats are on the season. I think that they're good for him, but I don't think that they're 2nd round pick worthy. But I do think that Jordan has really helped propel us into this position as well.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm getting at the end of the day is that I don't believe Jordan was out of the realm of a 3rd round pick, But I think with the style we play, Jordan fits us better than Big Boy would have.
Mm-hmm. Adds a little bit more speed.
The perimeter defense at 6'5", when I talked to my owners and we were searching for a guy, and it was actually after Peyton Olsen had gone down with an injury, and he said, I heard the Lions need a player. It looks like Peyton's out. I go, brother, we need a player. And we go back a little farther than you and whoever's on the Lions. Well, I guess him and Torgy are buddies when Torgy was in the Lions. But I was like, I got super excited when the chance of him coming, because, again, he's so athletic. Greg's so athletic. I'm pretty athletic. Atlee's so athletic. CJ's coming into his own athleticism because he's that young guy with the championship pedigree.
Yep.
So I think the Hunters would be towards the top, but Jordan definitely helps us. I don't want anybody later today saying that we scandally getting Jordan. He's a 3rd round pick.
It's not. I was just asking, your thoughts. I just saw a picture and I was like, oh yeah, forgot
Big Boy was on the team.
Big Boy died on week 1. But
shut up, Big Boy.
That's gonna wrap things up for us here at Inside Harmony Rucker League, episode 9, heading in to the final week of the Rucker League. We can't wait to see you guys later today. We're back. We're better. We're gonna bring you some content. We're gonna get you some inside scoops. We're gonna be better than what we've been this last 2 weeks. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. That's gonna do it for us. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the podcast. Inside Harmony Rucker League, out.